Hello and welcome to the first official episode of this channel. Today we read the first chapter, which is cleverly titled Introduction of the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. We also read the author's foreword. So we'll start with that. Basically, the author's foreword, in my eyes, was just kind of him saying, hey, there's a secret in this book that all successful people know and have found. I can't tell you what it is, but you're going to find it while you read this book. I won't tell you where you're going to find it. I can't tell you how you're going to find it, and I can't even tell you if you're going to find it. But when you find it, you'll know, and it'll be unique to you. So I thought this was kind of a bit of a cop-out. I know that this book has been wildly successful for a lot of people, but in my eyes, it felt like someone was reading my fortune and they were saying, oh, a bad thing is going to happen at some point in the future. I don't know what the bad thing is or when it's going to be, but it's going to happen. So anything bad at that point, you're going to attribute to the fortune teller knowing better, right? So that's my pessimistic side of me. Clearly, I'm always devil's advocate with everything, and that's probably why this book is good for me, because the first chapter, the introduction, getting to that, is more about the power of mindset and positive thinking in general, I guess. So it starts off with a story about, I can't remember names very well, but it starts off with a story about a guy who wants to go into business with Thomas Edison, and he basically lets nothing stop him from doing so. So he works under Edison until eventually the opportunity to work with him presents itself, and he takes it and becomes wildly successful. The second story that they kind of reference in this was about a guy named Darby, I believe, who found a gold mine and essentially stopped mining it and took a huge loss on the mining supplies and things like that just before striking a huge vein of gold. So that story was basically about how not to quit when things get a little bit difficult and things are tough on your journey to success. Don't just give up, because you might be just that close to being successful. The last story kind of referenced in that I thought was kind of the most influential to me is about Henry Ford and how he wanted to design the V8 cylinder engine, and his engineers kept telling him it's impossible, it's impossible, it's impossible. And he said, I don't care, I want it, and I will have it. Spend as much time as you need to do it, and we'll make it happen. And eventually, as we know, it did happen. So it's kind of about sticking it out and staying with what you want to do, even though it might seem impossible. And then the last part of the chapter was kind of just about shifting your mindset from a negative consciousness to a positive consciousness, and generally the power of positive thinking in that regard, so that we attract the things that we think, and how our mindset really magnetizes us either towards good things or towards bad things. And it's up to us to control our thoughts and to be the captains of our fate based off of our thoughts. So I know for me personally, that's something that I need to work on. I'm very pessimistic and can be a negative thinker. So that last portion of the introduction really hit home for me. Unfortunately, it's not so easy as just read the words, hey, think more positively, and then you will be more positive and have a better life. But it's something that I certainly need to work on. So that's all I have for the first author's foreword and introduction. Tomorrow we will be reading chapter 2, so certainly looking forward to that and hoping that you'll be following along. Thanks.